Spoil mama on the go, lighting up the road, carrying hard and bubbly smile, lifting up the load. Sweet and helpful, got that cheer, every friend all year, witty spark and endless laughs, always bringing near. Heaven shoulder soul, sailing wide, oceans calling true, travel far and explore, travel far, discover more, seas that sparkle blue, cruising waves, the breeze in hair, trail without a map, mom and family side by side, take another lap. Oh, my land, take us home where the wild winds blow, from Canada to distant shores, with love we'll always go. Oh, my land, light the night, guide us with your flame, with your spirit we are free, never be the same.
Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing tonight? Oh, not trying to shake you up, just trying to get situated here. Been a busy day, but we'll see who's in the chat. I got some people in the basement. Nick P was in here first. Favorite place he's been is Australia. Be given honorable mention to Canada and Europe as well. Hello, Carnival Cruise Addicts. How are you doing, Liz? Hope you're feeling better. We're saying hello to Nick. Danny's saying hey. It was asking Liz how they're feeling. Love the song. I'm singing it to a dance. It's catchy. I do have a longer version of it. If you want to check out my homepage of my channel, the long version's there. Hello, Georgianne. That's not coming up till the end of May. So she has the bridal shower at the end of April. So much better, Danny. Thank you for asking. Still a little congested, but energy level much higher. That's good. Hi. Nick says 46 days till he leaves for Europe. He'll spend a night in Amsterdam before taking a sleeper train to meet up with his friend. And thumbs up to Canada Cruise Addicts. We'll see, who have I got in the basement? I have, add a stage. Yeah, my friend V.
Hello, beautiful people.
You stay down there. Yeah. We got So Sick Mario. He's hiding behind there. We'll leave him behind there unless he wants to make it. See, poor guy. Cruise crud without even going on a cruise. That's
Cruise crud is crossing borders.
I know. Maybe it's coming through the internet. And we also have our friend Roxy in the basement, but she's traveling right now, so she's not getting good reception. So she's gonna stay down there. Carnival Cruise Addicts is saying feel better. Yeah.
I'll just unmute every now and then. Thank you, everyone.
Georgians, hope you feel better soon. So what we're talking about tonight is favorite destinations. Yeah, V is coughing too. I guess we too much, we'll just mute her. He says, can you guys believe it's been almost a year since you went to Toronto? In a couple months it will be.
Oof.
hard time picking my favorite destination, so I made a little presentation of a lot of destinations I've been to. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
A lot.
A lot. So I'm gonna bring that up, show you guys that, and then you got something rattling in the back there?
Me?
Yeah.
Mute me.
Let me see. Where are you? Yep. Something's rattling back there.
She's driving in a whole bunch of potholes, maybe.
Sounds like I'm driving in the potholes, a whole bunch of pots back there. While I'm showing the slide presentation, I will mute that. Okay, so let me bring up present. We'll share the screen.
I thought yesterday was Thursday. That's how backwards my brain is today.
I can understand that. Okay, we'll share that. Okay, there we go. Can you all hear me though? Can't give me a thumbs up because I can't see the thing. So.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me, okay. So, just talking about Toronto, we met up with Nick P in Toronto last year, and we went down to Nathan Phillips Square. This is where the City Hall is. And out in front of the City Hall in the wintertime, they do have an ice rink. And that area in front is Nathan Phillips Square, and off to the side of it, my directions are off, but is the original City Hall, or the old City Hall, which is kind of cool to look at with all the big skyscrapers around it. And of course, we've got CN Tower. And this guy was at the Toronto Zoo, which is something else to see in Toronto. You also can do the Ontario Science Centre, Ripley's Aquarium, the Hockey Hall of Fame, Canada's Wonderland, Canadian National Exhibition in the fall. We have medieval times there, and that's just a handful of things you can do in Toronto.
Canada's Wonderland does not have good rides.
I'm not a big fan because I'm not a big roller coaster person, and those ones are too big for me. But if you like roller coasters,
yeah, I don't loop. I only half loop.
I've done the Mighty Canadian Mine Buster, which is an old wooden one, which has like a 70-foot or 95-foot drop, and I've done the one that goes through the mountain, and that's kind of my limit.
Yeah, I think I've done the Dragonfly one, and I can't remember what other ones I've done. But I didn't like that, so I didn't go on any more down roller coasters.
No, I don't do loop-de-loops or backwards or big, huge things. If anybody wants to take a look at Canada's Wonderland and look at the roller coasters on there, go right ahead. Another place I've been.
The first roller coaster I went on was the one in Marineland, and a friend of mine lied to me about what that roller coaster was. He told me it was just a roller coaster or a train that goes around and just shows you the park. Yeah, I was sitting in the front seat, and we were going up, and I was having a nice time. I was going up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can see all the way around. And I was looking at the railway tracks in front, and then all of a sudden the railway tracks went away. And I was like, hey, where did the railway tracks go? And that was the last coherent sentence that I had for about 5.5 minutes. The next few words, the next sounds that came out of my mouth, I didn't know I could make.
So another place I've been to a couple times when I was young, really young, but we went to about 2011. We went to Ottawa for Canada Day. So this is a view of the Parliament buildings, and there's stage out front for the Canada Day celebrations and stuff, but normally that's not there. There's all kinds of museums you can go to in Ottawa. We went to the War Museum. We went to the Royal Canadian Mint, see
Oh,
where they make the coins. And
I like that place. Yeah.
I don't know if you still do it, but back when I was a kid, we went for a tour of the Parliament buildings, and we actually got to go up in the clock tower there. That was quite the interesting view.
I didn't see that. I didn't do that.
And that's the National War Monument and the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers down in between where the two guards are standing. And then the Peacekeepers monument there. And people should know what this place is.
Not a roller coaster.
It's not a roller coaster. They have a zip line right beside it.
No way, really?
Yeah, they have a zip line that runs beside the gorge.
Oh, I'm gonna run and do that like post haste. Not.
Well, some people originally thought there was a zip line over the falls. Like, no, it's down the river a little bit. You can see it sort of where the old hydro thing was down at the bottom there. And it's down past that. There you can go to the casino if you like casinos. There's a Great Wolf Lodge. There's a zip line. There's a Skylon Tower.
I've been up the Skylon. I haven't been behind the falls. There's such a place behind the falls. I haven't done that.
There's I went to the IMAX theater there and seen a thing about the falls. Then there's the Maid of the Mist is the American ship that goes up by the falls. I forget the name of the Canadian one. But you can do a tour behind the falls, and it takes you. They're down at the bottom. It'll be right bottom right hand corner of that picture. There's a little spot that comes out, and you can look over, and the falls are right beside you. But there's also a spot underneath, a tunnel underneath that you can look straight ahead, and the falls are coming out over top of you, like in front of you. And that's kind of weird feeling, and it's just kind of loud down there because you get the roar of the falls.
That would be scary for me, I think.
This was not last May, the May before, when we took Kenny to Niagara Falls. And these are the Badlands in Drumheller, Alberta. And if you think of kind of a green mini version of like your Grand Canyon, but not quite as deep, but just kind of spreads like. And there's different places you can drive around there. There's the Royal Tyrrell Museum if you like dinosaurs, because a lot of dinosaur fossils and stuff and bones have been found there. This is Cascade Mountain. That's just outside of Banff, Alberta. There's another downtown picture in Banff. There's Lake Louise, Alberta. And that's a beautiful place. And over behind me, because I was taking the picture out towards the lake, behind it is a great big huge hotel. It's Chateau Lake Louise. Pricey, but it's beautiful. This was cool. Athabasca Falls in Jasper National Park. That goes down a huge gorge to the right. I have more pictures. I just don't know what happened to them. I've been to Cuba, to Cayo Santa Maria.
Cuba!
I definitely want to go back there. The picture of the flag is inside the resort. This is a building we started in. My coworker and I got sent here for a vacation by our boss. Now, when we got there, the other couple people that went with us. Excuse me, Kelly. I'm doing a live stream. Barge into my room, why don't you? Now, the top floor in the middle there is an orange towel. They were in that one, and we were put in the bottom, far left, like facing the pool. They're facing the
ocean.
They're facing the ocean. Now there is like a radio tower over to the left, but over to the right, just above there's another tower, and I'll show you a picture of that tower. in a minute. This was their view off their balcony.
Wow.
And those little hobby cats look like a little mini catamaran. They'll take you out for a ride out for about a mile on those. We did that too. That was fun. And you just have to tip them. Well, you don't have to, but
Nice.
in Cuba, you tend to tip generously because that's where they make their living. This was the pool in the next section over us to us was Sanctuary, which was an adult only area. We kind of snuck over there a few times. Can you close my door, please? Your dog barked in on my live stream. But this is the view of the pool, and then you can see the ocean in the distance. And this is the other tower I was talking about. I kicked my butt that I didn't go up there and get pictures from the view up there, because if and when I get back there, I'm definitely going up and get pictures. But this is the Estrella. Looks like starfish. Estrella Marketplace, and then there's all the little vendors down either side there, and there's a bowling alley, and there's a bank, and there's a beauty salon, and some bars and stuff like that. It was kind of cool.
Nice.
My co-worker and her daughter-in-law and myself splashing in the water. And that was the roughest I got. No, anybody recognize this cruise port? It's definitely Miami. And that's when we're on the Carnival Horizon. And this picture was taken in Aruba. Me and Steve and I got off and we wandered around, and we were having lunch at Lucy's retired surfer bar and restaurant.
That was a good place. I remember that. That's where the iguana almost ate us.
Yep. Iguana's in one of my intros or outros or whatever, but this was a view from Lucy's. You could walk towards the back of it, and we could see the ship right there. It was a cool view. It was Taco Tuesdays. It was good tacos. Of course, you got your sign right close by. The ship's way out just over in the side there behind the green palm trees. Your I Love Aruba sign. And we walked around there's a mall and a bunch of other vendors. The t-shirt I'm wearing, I got at one of the vendors for like $6. Then we went to Bon Air. And Bon Air, I went with a group. We had golf carts, and we did the south end of the island. There's salt flats there. That's the old salt warehouse, and then the very tip of the new salt elevators on the right-hand side. It was really cool to see stuff there. And La Romana was different. Basically, unless you had an excursion, you didn't want to go outside that area there. The area with the green roofs was the kind of the marketplace. There's a baseball field over to the left.
I didn't get out to La Romana, but I heard you have to stay inside the walls, apparently.
There was a suggestion from stuff that we looked at ahead of time. So some people went on excursions and that didn't quite see pier runners, but there was like 3 buses late coming back for the ship, and the ship was already blowing its horn to leave. This is one of the vendors had all these carved parrots and flamingos. And Amber Cove, I love the sign here. I had another one that had like sea turtles too, the ship in the background. Amber Cove, we went to over on the far right-hand side, the little castle thing by the dock there. There was a water park thing. And then over to the left where the red roofs are, and down that other way is your marketplace with all the stuff. And from where we were at the water park thing, or the water area, I took this picture. It's one of my favorite pictures of the ship. There's lots to do there. We went to Galveston last October, and that was cool. we had a nice rental, a short walk to this beach. Then we went on the Carnival Breeze. And the tip of that, the blue nose or bow there is the Carnival Miracle. That's when we were in Cozumel. That was pretty cool. Neat beach, but I know Roxy and Steve have talked about that drop in the sand there, where the row of palapas there, right down. It was like good 3-4 feet. That's after Hurricane Milton had gone by. And a little bit of the marketplace. And then Roxy and I went into Progresso. And that's the yellow and blue part is part of the mall. And then there's something to do with the Navy on the white tower. And it's like, that was some of my favorite destinations I've been to. What is your favorites?
I like that Nachi Kokum, but I'm sure everybody knows that.
Let's see. Scrolling back up here. Whoa. I couldn't see the chat, so.
There you go. One of my favorite destinations is Steve and I went to Sault Ste. Marie at the KOA. And,
That was a neat KOA. You're right. Yeah.
And the bridge going up and did like the boat going from low, up the barge or whatever it's called. What was that called, babe?
The lock?
Troy.
Yeah.
The lock. Yeah. I was going to say Sandy and Troy saw them.
I've seen the ones at Welland Canal that goes around Niagara, but I haven't seen the Sioux ones. Cute bear. That was a grizzly bear. That was a 22-year-old female grizzly bear.
That was not me, so don't anybody say bite the bear. That wasn't me.
I have video of her. They had thrown some apples out for her. She was scooping them out of the little pond there. Favorite place in Canada was definitely Montreal. Loved the food and natural historic nature of the city. Yep, Niagara Falls. No Thirsty Thursday. Troy tonight. Scott's still not feeling well. Let's save energy. Yep. Okay, thanks, Danny. Did the zip line there? Braver than I am.
We did the zip line in Huntsville.
I have not done a zip line.
By the end of it, I was being flying monkey. I will do it again.
No, I've never done a zip line. Amy had talked when she was the one time she was talking about coming to Canada. She wanted to go Niagara and do the zip line there. She did do the zip line on Amber Cove. A bunch of them did, and I kind of wished afterwards I had given it a try once. But for Amber Cove, it was like $20, and you can go on as many times as you wanted to, and it didn't seem to be that high or that long.
Yeah, it wasn't that high compared to what we did.
It would have been a good initiation to do a zip line. Yep. There's a Niagara Falls Casino. You come to Canada, meet you at the casino. Did Behind the Falls. This is pretty cool. Canadian ship is called the Hornboar. Okay. I can't remember because they were used to both be called Maid of the Mist when I was a kid. Did Maid of the Mist as a child. All right, you guys lived up in that northern U.S. 10 years ago, Maid of the Mist used to do both. All right. Also have Badlands in both North and South Dakota. I've been through North Dakota, driving out west the one year. Love Jasper as well. Jasper's beautiful. Say hi to Callie. Yep. Definitely was Miami. Never been to Bonaire? I mean, we've been somewhere the Carnival Cruise addicts haven't been.
Wow.
Thinking of Fresno are getting hit hard by cyclone, which is the same thing as a hurricane. just in a different part of the world. Yeah, and there's 2 cruise ships that are out at sea because they can't dock in Brisbane for the next day or 2.
That's insane.
One of them is a Royal one. I can't remember which one, and the other one is the Carnival Luminosa.
I'm only thinking I hope they're safe. That's all I'm thinking
Yeah.
and praying.
Yep.
Michael Ann, you know my favorite spot was?
What?
Picking you up at Lark for the first time. That was a good trip.
On our way to On 21. Oh, it's September 11th, 2021. Yep. You pinched my cheeks and I pinched yours.
And then you got a viral video.
There's a lot of cheek pinching going on.
Yeah, well, that video got 1,000 views within the first month or 2. I was like, wow. And then my video kind of went, how good was it? Oh, wait, wrong show. That's tomorrow night. That's going to be a big show.
I love that
tomorrow
she's
night.
practicing.
Can't miss Match Game tomorrow night. They got a special guest. A big special guest.
I sent Chris some pictures of hot dogs, so he has extra pictures.
Tomorrow will be awesome. Looking forward to it. I got to the point now. I've put an alarm in my phone both for Carnival Cruise Addicts Sunday Night Live, because half the time I get doing something and then realize halfway through it's like, oh crap, and one for the Match Game. So, oh yep, 15 minutes Match Game. I can't
Go
wait.
up and down the stairs. Okay, Steve, Mario.
Yeah.
What happens when you pop a bubble?
What?
What does it do? What
You're
happens when you pop a bubble?
I don't know. You're
What
cutting out.
happens when you pop a bubble?
It goes
Pop.
That's what Danny says. Pop or poof. Next, going early to Europe so you can pick up favorite Dutch treats. Stroopwafels. And it's hard to keep me off a train. 1 second, I got to let the dog out of the room. Stroopwafels are delicious. And the one thing I noticed is the No Frills store here carries a gluten-free one, which I haven't tried those yet. And she's going to pop up inside. She's got home, so she's going to pop up inside with Steve.
Yeah, I think so. I thought I heard a door slam outside, so I think she's here. I think she froze up, I think.
She private messaged me. So
Okay, all right.
she was on her way in.
Uh-huh.
Been doing a lot of thinking lately of where I'd like to go next. I know there's a lot of people, their favorite destination this weekend is going to Helen, Georgia.
Lucky.
PM or DM? Okay, I'm lost. What did I miss here? Been to Helen, it's pretty. One of these years we'll get there. Oh, she private messaged me in the chat. PM. Sometimes I get PM, sometimes I get a DM. Hopefully one of these years soon we'll get to Helen. Roxy, Darian, Fake, Captain Billy, Scott, Kicking a Country, Kenny. Yep. Right, but some people say PM and some say DM. What's the difference? I don't know. It's still getting a message sent to me that's not seen by you guys. So whichever way. Not much difference. You PM me, you're sending me a direct message privately. You DM me, it's still going to be private between me and whoever, unless they're in a chat group. But PM and DM are the same, pretty much. I don't know. I just want to travel again. Don't know where. Don't know when.
Yeah, me too. But I think V and I, we spent enough on the last cruise, so I don't think we're going to be traveling for a couple of years.
Yeah. Guess it's a PDM private message. Okay, yep, maybe. But I want to cruise. I'm addicted to watching other people cruising. I want to cruise. Have to wait and see. I got all my little post-it notes here about Toronto and Ottawa and Niagara Falls, which other places to mention. What else was I thinking? Come on, the February 14th, 2027 cruise at Carnival Celebration. You have 2 years to pay for it. That's a long way away. It's still 2 years. Maybe. You never know. Never know. I don't know if I can wait 2 years, though. It's only been how many months since the last one? 5 months?
Yeah, in April it'll be 6 months.
Yeah. So I was thinking. I get stuck in my head from working in the doctor's office because we asked them to come in twice a year. So I used to get stuck in my head. Okay, the 6 months is from September is February? No, March. Yeah, September and March, because that was my youngest. My oldest was August and February, and October and April. Be here before no, not soon enough. I want to get on the ship and run away. Although I don't know, the 2 cruises I've done, like there's been things I liked, things I didn't like, things I don't know if I cruised again what I would do. Like I kind of liked when we did on the Horizon. We did the anytime dining. It was more flexible and go anytime. Just have to check in and it's like, okay, table comes available, boom. I just sometimes felt like on the last one, it might be a little bit rushed. Okay, we got to get there for.
I did like that anytime. You could go, well, anytime. So if you were busy, you were seeing a show, you didn't have to be on a time limit. Although I guess I can see the appeal of being at dinner at a certain time. So
I'm kind of liking the Eddie time because we just checked in and went. The table is ready. Of course, they got to know us after the 3rd, 4th day. That hey, can we sit over in Sugar's tables? Oh yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, we're here, but we want to sit over there. Yeah. Oh yeah, right. By the next time I tell you, Sugar. Yep. That was fun.
Yeah, he was a fun guy. He put a bra on me, the bugger. Remember that?
He did that to a few people.
Yeah. That bugger.
Always do anytime, Donnie. Yeah, I like that because it's like if you want to go see a show, then you show up early. If you want, you're busy doing something and you don't want to have to rush out to get to dinner, you go a little later. No, cruising is fun anytime. Welcome in. Part of the reason going to Europe early is so you can have a few nights sleep to get acclimated to European time before. That's what we kind of did with the both cruises. The first one I think was down 2 days early, and I think B and Steve went 3 days early, and then the last one we went, I think it was 4 days early. We had a nice little vacation, pre-vacation at Galveston.
Yeah, that was nice. I liked that little place. Yeah, that was nice.
Just time to relax and make sure you got everything, and then if you wanted anything to carry on with you, like drinks or snacks or whatever, we got a chance to go to Walmart and get those. What didn't I like? The last one, I would have to say the spa stuff. I think it was overrated, but
Yeah, actually, I agree with you there. Yeah.
I had a spa balcony room with Amy because that's what Amy booked for us, and our house supposed to have all these wonderful things. Well, I went to the thalassotherapy pool. First time it was not too bad, but there was the ship was rocky, so we're sitting in there, and the water in the thalassotherapy pool is doing this. You'd be sitting there also splashing the face, and then it's going away from you and splashing the face. And it wasn't bad. And then I did like the stone lounge chair things they had just outside of that. We fell asleep on those ones. We got relaxed the first time, and then a couple days later, I went to the thalassotherapy pool, and it was a little bit busier. I was moving around in there, and you can feel on the bottom where there was tiles had fallen in off the side, or there was tiles missing at the bottom, and I was just like, that needs a little work. Or I know some other spots where there was tiles missing, and it's a little TLC. And then I tried to go relax on the lounge thing, and I was and it was just too much commotion out there, and I was like, yeah, I'm not relaxing here. And then and Amy and I went for it because you got to do a free analysis thing, whatever. Yeah, when you get fat shamed by a dude just to try to sell you stuff, and I was like, yeah, no, not worth it. And we didn't do anything outside of what was included. The spa room once, never used it again. Yeah. And then the smells down there too, because they have all these I don't like essential oil type things in that. Yeah. He basically said, and that's when I've been on keto for 5 months or 6 months before the cruise, I dropped 30 pounds. And from what I weighed myself before I left to go to the States to go to Galveston, guy was telling me that I had put on 20 pounds. I'm like, there's no way I put on 20 pounds in like 4 days. I haven't eaten that much. All the thing says you're this weight, and it said Amy was this weight. She said, I've never been that heavy in my life. Well, you don't, all the inflammation in your body, and because your weight and all this and that. But we could take these supplements, and that could help with that stuff and the inflammation and that, and the supplements for She would need them for 6 months. I would need them for 9 months. For 6 months, the supplements were $900. For 9 months, they were like $1,700. And I just kind of looked at them and went, that's the cost of a cruise. No thanks.
Yeah, he didn't know who he was dealing with there.
Yeah, I wasn't born yesterday, dude. And I know they tried to upsell when we started that, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. Nope. And he was kind of disgusted with me that I didn't. Well, don't you want to take care of your body? I was like, I have been taking care of my body. I don't need your.
I would have said no. I want to remain fluffy. See, that would probably blew his head off.
I'm slightly fluffier than I was then, but we'll see when spring comes. We'll work on it again. More to love. Yep. That's all right, Miss. Back on your hats on the mission. Hello, Jeremy. Welcome in. Exactly, babe. She loves you just the way you are. You have people taking up space in the basement. I got 2 boxes down there say Roxy now. No, I don't know. I was just kind of. I'd like to travel again. I want to go back to Cuba. There's probably a few places in the. I still want to go to Nova Scotia and Newfoundland because those are 2 provinces I haven't been to, and I have a biological brother in Nova Scotia that I haven't met yet. So I would like to go to Nova Scotia at some point. At some point, I want to go to Helen, Georgia. At some point, I want to get to on another cruise, hopefully sooner than later. And I prefer a Caribbean cruise. I like where the warm is. Drive-in is one of your favorite short trips. Interesting. Flying from Aer Lingus to Minneapolis through Dublin to Amsterdam. I love the Irish people. They're a lot of fun. Well, you were just in Ireland not that long ago. Seen, yes, when we drove out to Alberta in 2013, we went through Michigan, Wisconsin, into Minnesota, and then went up into Manitoba. But yeah, I've got a few pictures from Minnesota. One from Bemidji, and then one of the there's one with a big fish. It was like an information center. It had a huge fish with looked almost like an anglerfish, but I forget what kind it was. I got pictures of that. I haven't put a lot of them in. Okay. I'm gonna. Sorry, Roxy, if I kicked the wrong one out there. I had 3 spots there open. No, I just. Karma Cruzak saying hi, B. Danny, Liz, Nick. Yep, we got a crowd. I'm just trying to plan ahead. Look, I have my travel bucket list over there. I just can't make up my mind what I want to do next.
I'd like to maybe try a Mediterranean cruise or even a back-to-back cruise, but I don't know if we can afford that. That seems a little much.
It would be nice. I think it might have been near there. I'd have to look up. I don't know if it's in my Facebook. You would like to go to a road trip that follows an artist from show to show. I would like. I loved the road trip I did with my kids in 2013. took her time, of kind of getting out there. I had never driven through Saskatchewan or Manitoba because my mom and I went out west, drove out west the one time. We went through the States all the way out to Montana and then went up into Alberta. So going through Manitoba and Saskatchewan was different. Saskatchewan is flat. This looking at it is just like, are we ever going to get out of Saskatchewan? And then you finally start to get into Alberta, and you can start to see the little bit of rolling hills, the foothills of the mountains, and loved every single bit of Canada. The countryside is so beautiful from Montreal through Toronto, across the prairies, Rockies, all the way to Vancouver. And I've been to Vancouver. Vancouver is beautiful too, and so was the Vancouver Island. The year I flew out to meet my birth mom, it was 2011. We flew to Vancouver, rented a car, and then took the ferry over to Vancouver Island, then drove up the island to Campbell River. It was beautiful scenery. And then she moved while we were there to Edmonton, so we go back to Vancouver, and then we flew from Vancouver to Edmonton. Well, we tried to get down there to take a picture of the skyline, but I'm just trying to see if I can find where that picture or that fish went on the road trip was from. Let's see if I can find it on here. Oh, we drove because we went through lower Michigan up into upper Michigan. We got to go across the Mackinac Bridge. That thing is huge. Oh, we got Christmas Carnival Cruise. I just got home from work. Welcome home. I'm just trying to find this road trip album in my. There it is. Road trip. Come on. Big Fish was at Leech Lake, Minnesota. Nick, I don't know if I can. It was a great big. That's my two kids stand there. That was hard to believe they were that young. Crossing the Mackinac Bridge wasn't bad going. It was a sunny day, and we stopped. There's a park at St. Ignace just as you get across, and then that was why I took the picture. Yeah, went to Bemidji, and then we went up into Manitoba. There was some interesting things there too. Didn't get much pictures in Saskatchewan. Grain elevator, a prairie dog, the welcome to Regina sign. We took most pictures in Alberta. Well, I never thought I would want to travel beyond Canada because there were so many beautiful things to see in Canada. Well, then I got the opportunity to go to Cuba in 2019. It was like, well, this is kind of nice. And then got the opportunity to go on a cruise and see some other places. Like, this is kind of nice. Now I'm kind of hooked on this stuff. But so learning about the province. But yeah, Ontario is huge. A lot of it's the northern part is all nature. It's all forest and stuff. So if you look at Canada, most of our population is in the southern part. Because you get up there and it's all forest and rocks and tundra and all that stuff. The Canadian train took us almost a day and a half to get it. Yeah. My mom came to visit us in 2018. Was it 2018? No, 2018 she flew in. 2012 she came to visit us and she took the bus. And it was like, I dropped her off in London and she took the bus and then they got stopped because for several hours because the bus ahead of them had hit a moose. So they couldn't get by the other bus and they had to wait for the Never seen a cranberry marsh. That'd be interesting. No, I've seen places I want to go back to, and then I want to explore new places. They're warm. I do have Alaska on my bucket list, but we'll see someday. It was kind of on my bucket list for 2028, but the people that I had talked about going with no longer talk to me, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah, that'll be exciting to. You never know, Liz. Someday we may catch up with you. Sooner or later. I never know. Someday. I follow a bunch of channels from Alaska. But one of them has taken 2 cruises. They did one. The couple. I forget which port they flew to. It was I think it was a Princess Cruise Line. They flew to one port and then took the cruise back up towards another. They stopped at a few ports and went into one of the glacier things, and then they got off at another port up in Alaska, which was interesting. And then they took their kids on one last year, just this past year. But I think they did the ones out of like California down to Ensenada and that, if I remember right. But I follow. There's like at least 3 families I follow in Alaska, and I see all this beautiful stuff, but it's all interior Alaska. None of them are on the coast, so I couldn't even track down these people if I want to meet Chris and Liz, Scott, UV, Steve. Yep, it will happen one day. Even if we have to make it a cruise to.
No pop rocks allowed on that cruise.
Exactly. Well, if it's a carnival one, they do have them in cherry on top.
We are all banned from going to that cherry on top.
Well, Seattle won't be in and out. Does your Alaska cruise stop in Victoria or Vancouver? I'm trying to remember. Like,
if you're leaving from Seattle, I believe it does stop in Victoria, BC.
most of them stop in Victoria. I've seen the odd ones stop in Vancouver, but I'm just trying
You
to
can also get on the ship from Vancouver too. So there's cruises that start in Seattle and cruises that start in Vancouver, I believe.
Now, I'm trying to remember when we were in Campbell River. There were some ships that went by because we were right on the strait there. But I don't remember what ships they were. No, Victoria's the last stop. That'd be handy going out of Victoria or Vancouver and just going up from there. Only there 4 hours. 8 p.m. till midnight, there won't be much to do in Victoria. So it wouldn't be worth getting off. So something longer where you could get off for a couple hours and look around, but not at that time of night. Things would be closed. And if it was dark, you won't be able to see much. No, this not the day before you get off the ship. No, that's prime. Oh, can't gamble when they're in port. I say prime gambling time. No, you can't gamble when they're in port. Yeah, just for the Jones Act, you gotta stop at an international port. Yeah, there's not probably anywhere along that coast that you'd want to. Yeah, Vancouver or Victoria would be the best stops. Anyways, folks, I'm gonna wrap it up. Next week's girls chat. I don't remember what the topic is. Oh, what bugs you? We're talking about things that bug. What really bugs you?
Bacteria's in my nose and sinuses. That bugs me.
I agree. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong area here. I'm trying to find where my outro goes. There it is. Take care, everyone. I'll talk to you next week. Have a safe weekend. Bye for now.